All right, guys, I considered this Private EA, I considered this to be an absolutely trash trading robot, and now it's my favorite. So that's why I think this is the best EA, but you just cannot. This is one of my biggest lessons. You cannot just take an EA, turn it on, and let it run and expect it to do all the work without any manual intervention. Let me show you. Oh, quick backstory. This guy was selling this EA. He was servicing this EA. He optimized and maximized the profit potential of this EA. But of course, you know, any and everyone that was buying the EA, they just blasted this guy because I think it was up to around 400% gain, and then it just blew. I think that all EAs at one time or another will blow your account if you don't take certain precautions. That's just me, and that's my experience. So making money with EAs now, you need some common sense. You need to know what markets it works the best in, and of course you need some equity protection. This is not advice. This is what I do. Okay? So let me show you exactly. By the way, he doesn't sell this EA anymore, but he will allow trade copying. So that's what I'm doing, is trade copying, but he allowed me to test since I was a previous owner of the EA. So here's the EA, the Private EA1. And our big question is, we know that it works pretty well so far with $1,000. We've talked about that, and I'll bring that back to your attention. But can you use as little as $100 to make this thing work? So we did a quick back test, and now we're testing it in a demo and copying it to real accounts. Here we go right here, Private EA. These are screenshots of the back test. This only trades gold right now. It can trade gold and euro dollar, but we're seeing more success on gold than anything else. And here's the every tick thing, and we wanted to start from the beginning of this year. So this is what you see, 1/1/23, 1/1/23, 15-minute time frame. So let's see what happens. These are the default settings, and they trade anywhere from 6 to 2100 hours. Everything's put in there. Of course, this is only $100, so we're going to start with a fixed lot of 0.01. There we go. Loaded that in. These were the results, guys. Almost 90% loss. 90% loss. But look at it, it was doing well. Got all the way up to around 38% gain. Now, all this was 1 month. 38% gain, and then boom, they lost it all. It lost, wiped out the account on the 25th. So it only went 25 days before blowing the account. That can be conceived as trash. But was it really? Let's take a look at what we did as a mastermind group. We used different settings. The only thing that we changed, if you look at these settings here, the only thing that we changed are the trade times. We went from 6 to 1500 hours. Now with 1500 hours, that's right at the US session. We noticed that each time it blew the account, not each time, but most of the times when it blew an account, it was in the US session. So we decided to test it with it actually turning off on the US sessions. Other things we do too, if there's a big European news day, we don't trade the EA as well. Now look what happened. That one little change went from $100 to $212. There you go, in the same time period. And that the last trade was taken 4/21 this year, 23. So one small change, and this EA, this robot, went from 0 to hero. Because you can't really complain about that. Here's a small account. You have 100% and or more gain from $100 to $212 in less than, what is this, less than 5 months? So guys, we don't give up. We have to test, make sure that we're putting equity protection. This is what we do. This is not advice. And then we have to look at, what are we willing to risk? What sort of drawdowns are we looking for? So, and to get to this 100% plus gain, we still had to go through some stressful periods. Look at this. Now just think about this. This is only $100. So with this $100, the absolute drawdown was $55. Maximum drawdown, 51% of it. Relative drawdown is 61% as well. Now, what this is basically telling me, I've had to watch my account go from $100 to $55. Now, what if I had $1,000 in there? Would I be as willing to do that? To see my $1,000 go to $550? I don't know. But if I believed in the system, I would just let it come back, let it ride. But I know this, I never would get these type of returns if I didn't go through those deep drawdown periods. Here's another one. Even, man, when you look at the 50, let's just say there was $10,000 in there. Now I have $10,000 account. Now it's down to $5,500. Would I handle that well? Probably not if all I had was $10,000, but if I had a couple $100,000, or even if I had $100,000, I can see it go down $5,500 and I would be good. So guys, you have to understand what your risk tolerance is, how much money you're putting in, and how much are you willing to lose or draw down. Now here's the cool thing about what's going on. He's not selling it anymore, but he is willing to do a very minimal amount of like a $12 trade service, so you guys can test this out if you want. I don't know when this is coming out, but I will keep you posted. And when he says no frills, it's no frills, guys. So you have to learn how to attach your own trade copy, things of that nature. We will provide videos for that, but I'm telling you, you've got to take 100% responsibility for your own trading, for your own setup, for learning how to manage this stuff. Stay tuned. I'll get more information to you very soon.